Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the SH Figuarts Naruto Minato figure. Naruto in that it's the series for Naruto figures. The name is not Naruto, it's Minato. NAMIKAZE I want to say, but I don't know for sure. Because I don't like Naruto at all, but we have to review the figures so you guys can see these guys and see if you want to pick them up. I will say this figure is much better than Naruto and Sasuke because those figures were really bad. So that means you guys that like Naruto are going to be happy, and those of you that don't like Naruto are going to be indifferent, probably. It's not bad. It's got some good parts, it's got some bad parts, so let's take it off the stand and take a closer look. This figure stands roughly just about 6 inches tall, a little bit over, which makes him just about 15 centimeters, so a little bit more in line with the rest of the figures. The other guy I showed you was significantly taller than this one, but I guess that's probably accurate or they wouldn't have done it, I hope. Either way, this one looks kind of cool. It's a kind of a unique design with the various colors in here, and then a completely different color jacket with the fire painted on there, and we have some kanji on the back. So it's kind of cool. It's got some problems, but it's okay. The main problem, which I'm just going to point out right off the bat, is that the entire jacket is one solid sculpt, so you cannot like hinge it down or anything. So it's going to really weigh the figure back, and it is very difficult to balance this figure. Good luck if you're posing him. It's going to take a little bit of effort. So let's look at the accessories first. I guess we should start with the faces. So the first one is this. Kind of a neutral face with the hair. And the hair is universal. There are no alternate hair pieces. So this is it. That's the one neutral face. Then we get this face, which is kind of smiley, but still almost neutral. And then we get this face, which is very smiley. So those are your options. There's no angry face. I guess that maybe this character is a happy kind of person. No angry face. As far as the hands go, we do have a fist hand on either side, as you would expect. And then we have some jazz hands, our style pose hands that we, of course, always need. Not really anything going on with these. They're very basic, but that's all right. They're just bare hands, so I wouldn't expect too much from them, so that's pretty good. Nicely sculpted, though. I do like that. Sometimes a basic sculpt is just fine when it's done appropriately, and that's what these are. They're done nicely. We get these hands for instant transmission. I don't know why Naruto characters are always using instant transmission when that's a Dragon Ball thing, but whatevs. And then we also have these hands, which are gripping hands for this accessory, which is really cool because it has this really neato paintwork on there, both in the kanji there, and then we also have the edge of the blade painted. So that's really cool. Nice accessory. And then lastly, we have this hand where he's holding a ball of yarn wrapped in plastic. So I guess this guy maybe knits. Maybe. Not sure. Could be an energy attack, I guess, but it's a very odd-looking energy attack, so I don't know. I'm sure you Naruto people out there will know better than I do. Alright, let's look at the rest of the figure. Paint job, it's pretty good. The shading and paintwork on the legs leaves a little bit to be desired. The white is a bit chalky and kind of uneven. The shading on the blue, kind of uneven. But some things like the zipper down the hoodie, that's very clean. The fire paintwork is really clean. Same thing with this back here. So parts of it are really good. Some of it's just kind of not so great, like these white parts here. A little bit not great. As far as the head articulation goes, it's a standard ball hinge, I believe. The neck can move, but I can't really tell what's going on in there because the collar on the inside, this green collar, is stiff. So it doesn't really let much happen. This is all soft, but it doesn't really matter because it's got the green one inside. Pretty limited there because of that. For the shoulders, we have a butterfly joint that works pretty nicely, so that's a good thing. And then the arm is connected, and I'll show you this because this arm pops off really easily. That's not a good thing. I'll let it slide because maybe this is just a particular instance. It's not across all of the figures. I don't know. Be aware though. We have this ball peg that just lets the entire arm move around, and then that is of course connected to a ball hinge, which lets everything tuck in. So it's not a bad shoulder design. It's not the best because you don't really get your bicep swivel out of the top half at all, but as long as it doesn't pop out, it doesn't look too bad. So see, as long as it doesn't pop out, it doesn't look too bad. So that's okay. And we do get our bicep swivel under this gray sleeve. So the blue part will swivel, or I guess it's really just a dark gray. So that's good. That's good that they gave us that bicep swivel since this top one doesn't work. So no real complaints there. Double jointed elbow has pretty good range of motion, so that is okay by me. And then we have our standard ball hinge for the wrist. It's a little bit limited due to the sculpt of the sleeve, but that's kind of soft, so it shouldn't be a big deal. I have no idea what's going on in the torso because the jacket kind of limits everything, but you can move it around. It feels like maybe a single ball peg down here with just this floating piece on top, and then maybe a double ball peg at the top. I'm not sure, but you can move it around a lot, even more than the other guy who should have been more agile, I think, but that's okay, I guess. If you like this guy, he's got really articulated torso. For the hips, we have our standard pull down or hinged ball pegs, so you can drop those down and move them up, and it gives you pretty decent range. You have the, why does everything pop off on this figure? That's what I want to know. That leg is gone. It bounced across the room right now. So we have that hinged ball peg where the ball peg itself lets the leg rotate around it with the socket, and then the thigh can rotate around the socket. And then we have our knee hinge, which it's not the best looking knee hinge, but it's really close to being good. They could have just, I don't know why they don't do this. If this part, the hinge itself was actually sculpted into this part of the knee or part of the pants, it would look fantastic. They really need to do that. That'd be great. But it does give you good range and it doesn't look bad, so that's okay. And then for the ankle, we have our standard ball hinge, and then we have our toe hinge on top, which is not a good toe hinge at all. So this guy, not nearly as good as Kakashi, definitely better than Naruto and Sasuke. So it's okay. If you like the character, go ahead and pick it up. If you don't like the character, then you might want to pass because it does have some problems. Maybe that's a story thing. Maybe this guy runs around fighting on one leg with one arm. I don't know, but be aware of those issues. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see my upcoming figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.